Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Today's project uses this Keeping Tabs punch, a couple of stylish shapes dies, an embossing folder, this one's Cute Crochet, and the Hearts and Hugs dies with Keeping Tabs stamp set. That's a whole load of stuff, isn't it? But here's the project. It is this tiny little cute little card that also happens to be a magnetic bookmark. So you've got a 2-for-1. You can send a little card and then your friend can keep the topper for the card as a bookmark. So I've used the dies to create that little floral scene, Keeping Tabs bundle for this little bit there. To be honest, you could do just one piece, but I like the stitching around those pieces there, and it's given me an excuse to play with Keeping Tabs bundle. So I'm going to make another one. I'll just tidy this up just now and we can get cracking with that one. So here are the pieces that I need. I've got a little piece of magnetic sheet. I buy magnetic sheets to put my dies on, and I'm always left with little scraps. Never throw them out because you never know when they might be handy. And that's what I've just used on the back of the bookmark on there. I've got a scrap of Granny Apple Green to die cut. I have a scrap of Melon Mambo to die cut, and I'm going to do my squares this time in Misty Moonlight, and I need some white card as well. And this is my card base. That is Melon Mambo, and it's 3.5 inches by 7 inches, scored and folded at 3.5 inches. So let's do the die cutting first of all. Okay, so from Stylish Shapes, I've used not the largest, but the next two down. The larger one of the two is for the coloured card, and the smaller one is for white. So I'm just going to do that one first. And I should have put that in an angle. There we go. Clunked rather a lot. Okay, now that one is going to be embossed as well, but I will do that after I've done the rest of the die cutting. So I've got this, I'm going to put that in at an angle. I need to do this twice. Much less clunking when you put it in at an angle. So that's one of them. Off there, it's cut well in, and then just do another one of them. It doesn't need to go back through a second time. Okay, so that's that bit done now. Finished with my squares. Now I need the dies from Hearts and Hugs. So I'm going to use this one. And I used these little flowers the last time, and I'm going to change that to these little hearts instead. So I've got that on there, and just put these little bits on this scrap here, top plate, and run that through. Okay. Got my little hearts, lovely flowers. Still one in that one. And I have my grass and stems. Now I need to do embossing, so I'm taking out these plates. I'm going to try and centralize that a little bit, like that. And then I've got my special embossing 3D embossing folder plate. Bring this back in and just run that through. And there's our embossed square there. Pretty, isn't it? So that's the Cute Crochet embossing folder. Alright, so we've got our elements here. It is simply a case of building up our little scene. So you can choose which side to use. I used the debossed side on my first one, so changing it up and using the embossed side. Little bits of glue on here. Just enough to hold it in place without it squidging all over the place. And I did kind of put it down at the bottom so that we've got a bit more room at the top for this piece. Ooh, don't drop it, Heather. Rescued. And again, just a little smidge of glue on there, and our little heart becomes a flower. I think they're supposed to be flowers anyway, but interchangeable as hearts. Okay, one more. Isn't that pretty little design? And the thing with it being a bookmark is that obviously you don't want to have it too bulky, so I'm not putting any embellishments or anything on it. What I am going to do is do this piece here. Now, the actual stamp has two different sides, and I didn't really want that because it leaves a space for something to be written, and I didn't have anything appropriate to write. So I'm covering that bit and using Melon Mambo to tie in this time. So just got that sticky note in between there. Can ink that up, and if you do it at the side, you're not getting too much on your sticky note. Take that out of the way. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it there. Now I could have been sensible and lined my block up. That really would have been sensible, wouldn't it? Put my sticky note back on and ink it up again. Take that off and put it in the bin so I don't get ink on myself. And this time I am trying to line up that bit with the first one that I stamped. And would be easier if I stand up probably, so I can actually see over. Normally this is much easier. It's just that when you're filming, I've got a camera in the way. Or rather my phone. I don't think I got that quite right. Let's just punch it out anyway. Okay, so just lining up that in there best I can, like so. Punch that out. There we go. So I've got my stitching on that, so that's the inside, and I'm going to fold that like so, and that is going to sit on there. Okay, so I know I don't want to put glue too far, so I'm actually going to put the glue along the top edge there. Come on. And just along the bottom edge on here, like that. Line that back up again where I want it, and give that a good press, and just double check that I haven't got any glue there, although I'm going to cover that anyway. Okay, so line those two up like that. Again, a little bit of glue along the top there, a little bit of glue along there. Press that down, and then I've got enough on that. Not quite. Here's one I prepared earlier because I wasn't sure that I would have enough on that. So again, I'm just folding that, but this time I'm going to put glue all over on there and line it up with the white one there. Make sure I'm happy with it before I give it a good press, and it just reinforces that bit as well. Okay, so we have our folded piece. I'm just going to burnish that there, and then we need the magnet. So I just want a piece that's about there. So bring in my snips, just chop that along there, and then cut that in half. So that can fit on there. So pop one down first. Then pop the other one on top. And it'll go where it wants to go. Put the glue on, and then line up your corners, press that down, and then you have your magnet like that. I've got a little bit of squidged glue, but that's okay. And then it's just a case of adding this onto your card like so, and stamp your little sentiment at the bottom. So that is also from the Keeping Tabs bundle, and I want Misty Moonlight. And hello friend. There we go. Cute, aren't they? So nice little card and handy little bookmark as well. So even if you don't read paper books anymore, bookmarks are still nice and handy to put in recipe books, or marking your favourite products in your catalogue, marking your place in a notebook, a journal, anything like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to click on the subscribe button, click the bell and get a notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Until then, please do take care. Bye bye.